So, a lot of things happened yesterday. I took a long, which ended up being break even, which is very unfortunate. In short, let's just zoom out a bit to the weekly time frame. Here's a challenge. Okay, so what we have here is a weekly gap, which acted nicely as support resistance. So we hit that level already this week. Yesterday was of course major drop. And then we had a weekly open gap, daily open gap with a good daily level. And I marked that one out. And now for the rest I was just waiting patiently because the market was just dropping already in London session, continuing in US session. And there was a lot of chop. So the only point for me to take a trade was to see a 5-minute change in the state or a 5-minute fair value gap being broken to the upside. Counter trend for sure, but the entire session did not really give anything. Let's say according to my reversal strategy, until we hit this level. And there was a good reaction from this 5-minute fair value gap. So I was waiting, price rejected first, and then it closed above. ES more or less did the same thing, but it did not have this 5-minute fair value gap, but it did get a change in the state at the same time. Actually, ES was already moving a bit higher in this initial move. So I got into the position. At the top of the fair value gap, I put my stop below the low here because I did not want to take any risk seeing the volatility, so I wanted to give it room to breathe. The 5-minute fair value gap here I was considering to be I thought it was acceptable for ES to dip into it, but then it should not close below and then give a good reaction. So the moment it dipped in here, NQ did not show too much weakness here, and then when the next 5-minute closed up again, I thought, okay, hey, this is looking good. Let's go to the 1 minute. So I was managing this trade, so I was happy about the way I was patient in the entry. But then in the trade execution, so this move down was well analyzed, evaluated by myself, but then price moved up. I was well in profit, 1.6 at the top. And I was actually targeting this 5-minute level, but ES already took that level and started rejecting immediately. And this is where I went wrong, in a sense that I did not have my plan for a proper exit. So I did not trail my stop. Yes, I trailed it to break even, or a bit above break even, but I did not have any plan because I only had one contract because the risk was, I think, $140. I didn't want to risk more, but I did think it was a good setup. I didn't do anything here, so that cost me, seeing I was so patient the entire session. So the lesson for me here is when there is a counter trend trade and you get a move up that is already, this is not entirely correct. Let's see if I can simulate, because this move is, let me just do it manually, 112 points, which is quite ridiculous. Seeing a counter trend move. When ES hit this, I just had to, let's say, either tighten my stop or just take profit and be happy with whatever the market is giving. I did neither, and then I got rewarded for being passive by getting stopped out and not being able to get a proper second try to exit. So that was unfortunate. So that's a good lesson. Did not lose, which I'm happy about even more, because I actually, I did not take many short opportunities, which the market was also presenting. So overall, happy about the entry and the patience, not so much about the trade execution.